Check, check. I think we are good with the final cheers. Yeah. Alrighty. It's been, I think, 2 or 3 weeks since I streamed. So yeah, I wanted to stream last week. I just, I had my birthday the day before, and I kind of wanted to be a bum and play games, and I didn't really have anything to work on. So yeah, but welcome on, guys. Yeah, welcome. So happy to be back. Excuse me. I just ate and I have cracked my throat. But yeah, last convention I was at was 2 weeks ago or whatever, was Anime ID in Idaho. It was a lot of fun. Everybody there was nice. Not a single like mean soul. Wonderful people. The cosplay community there is great, and for a second-year convention, I was blown away. So yeah, I really hope I could go back, honestly. But I also really liked the place because so I'm an Air Force spouse, if y'all didn't know. Welcome to the community. And potentially that is like an hour away from a base that we may be stationed at. And we're coming up to, in the next year or 2, year and a half-ish, potentially having to be stationed somewhere else, not in Nebraska. So, that is a high, I mean, now that I say it's a high likelihood, we're not gonna get it, because that's just how it goes. But it was cool to at least see that place, and my manager is from that state too, so he was there. It was great. Alkali, who is one of my cosplay friends, she doesn't cosplay anymore, but she was there, and I got to do dinner with her and meet a lot of people. I also, which was really cool, the voice actress for Mau Mau from Apothecary Diaries was there too, and she's so friendly and so likable, and she's just like, we had dinner too, and it was great. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. And if you were there, I'm happy those who came out and said hi and everything. So yeah. But now that I'm back, we are working on some more things. Specifically the I'll get this out over here. We got another set of wings coming. I did a little video of the foam part with the introduction to the harness. I just finished plasti dipping them, and then I'm actually doing a few other videos with it. So yeah, but these will be for the small wings, and then today we're gonna be working on the large size wings, which are the Mercy ones. And I say large, I mean they can get much larger. But for those that don't know, I am going to be releasing soon my basic wing harnesses. There'll be 2 sizes. One will be for a smaller, like this size, or lightweight wing, and they are detachable, and it's a 3D CAD file, so it'll be a harness file with just this piece here, which is the female adaptation that slides onto the harness, so that way you can take these wings on and off at a convention. You don't have to go through a door with wings on and the harness. You can put underneath your clothing and just cut holes in the back, so that way you can just slide these on and off. I'm really excited. It's how I've been doing my wings forever since I started doing wings, and it's the most requested thing I've ever gotten. I've got like in the hundreds, if not thousands, of requests for harnesses, and I finally am doing it. But yeah, the second one will be a larger size kind of ones. That'll be the same concept. Instead of 2 prongs, it'll be 3 prongs, so it'll be more counterbalanced to help with larger size wings that are more heavy duty. Same exact thing that I used for my Lilith wings from Diablo. So if that gives you an idea of how large, but I'll be doing a tutorial and a go over once I release them of like how to print them, what materials to use, what infill to use, so that way you do not snap it, because there's a bunch of kind of things behind the scenes. You can't just like print and then expect it to work. you want to make sure that it is sturdy. So I'll be going over that, and then also like I've made it so they're gonna be PVC and not CPVC, because that was the biggest learning curve I've found from my tail harness for Ari, was my European friends don't have CPVC, which is more of a yellow pipe, and it comes a lot smaller sizes than PVC. So I tried to make this where it's international friendly, hopefully. So yeah, that's kind of the goal. But I'm gonna go put this back on. Oh yeah, for those, it just sitting over there in the corner. So yeah, but we're gonna be cutting out. It's gonna be a shorter stream just because we're doing kind of a celebration thing because of Air Force stuff happening tonight, and we're gonna go to a new restaurant, which I've been so excited. I've been following them for like half a year, and they follow me too, and I finally get to go. They just opened a week ago, but it's not a Korean barbecue place, but it's the same concept where you cook your own meat. It's a Japanese one. And I'm really excited, so I want to get all dressed up and stuff for that. So shorter stream just because obviously I look like a bum. Yeah, normal Tiff Goblin. So yeah, but let me just switch over. We are doing this one. Waja! Also, happy late belated birthday, Real. I saw you were in the chat, so yeah. But boop 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 boop. There we go. But we already have, because I've been working on and off with these for a long time, here are all of the wing blades. We are doing the Overwatch 2 Mercy Skin, the original one, and I'm doing the wing extensions on them, which is what all of these parts are. So we have all the blades done. Now we're working on the top frame part of it. So yeah. And I already have these two cut out, but we're going to be cutting the rest of these out. I also have to keep note that I've got some extra little details by a friend. Somebody got the zoomies last night, and it was my fault. I left it on the ground. I left my foam on the ground. Zoomies and foam on the ground with little kitties leaves a lot of little kitty marks. So yeah, but cut these out, and then we'll also be cutting the circles out, and then pretty much the only steps after that is, because we're doing the top and the bottom part right now, there's going to be, or I guess the two side profiles technically, but I'll have to figure out my channel on the back, and we'll basically be making instead of a round tube for the pipe to go into, we're going to be making a box that it'll slide into and permanently attach to the pipe. So it's kind of the design that I'm going for. But we're on the home stretch, and I am taking, I don't remember who suggested it, but we are going to be painting these wings with the Tiffany Gordon cosplay colors, and I haven't decided, but I might want to put my logo on here. Or I don't know if I want to do it like my Gundam wings where it has my name wrote out, Tiffany Gordon cosplay, or just the wing logo. I don't know. Still thinking about that. But yeah. Thanks. Hi, honey, Pokemon. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, and then let's just get into it. Sure, yeah. Oh, and I do need to film a tiny bit. Wait, did I film this? I don't think I filmed it. So. I have been pretty busy in the background though with editing a lot of tutorials. Y'all saw or if you haven't seen on YouTube, I just released my review this last weekend on the 3D printer, the Elegoo, or Eligo, however you say it, their Centauri carbon printer that they sent. So my review is up. And then I have planned for this weekend It's only taken me a year, but I finally edited my Nightmare cosplay, the monster hand. I finally edited that tutorial, so that's gonna be coming out. And then I've been working on just a ton of other stuff in the background. I have a Plasti Dip one that's gonna be coming out soon, just like a generic video. So I'm trying to listen to feedback from y'all of what y'all want. I'm just so busy. So yeah. But happy to finally be doing that. Okay, Allison, you can go away. Go shop. And then what else? That did not peel off nicely. Been testing out some new foam because potentially we might have a new sponsor. So I'm kind of looking into that. I'm not going to talk about it too much just because I haven't said anything and I don't want to suggest brands that I am not 100% sure yet on. So, yeah. Caspian! Yes, the Blue Man Group. Can't you tell? I've already got my hair blue. Yeah. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, that, what other stuff's been happening? Oh, I did some polls too. Like trying to think in my head, what did I do since last stream? But I did some polls for y'all to help me decide what my next cosplay builds will be. And I did one which was for a large build, and I still am not 100% decided. Like, y'all definitely want me to do one over the other, but I'm still personally not decided yet. But, Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist, the full armor, his full metal suit, I've always wanted to make that, and that's like one of my dream cosplays kind of thing. Which y'all were like, meh, but I'm just like, armor set, foam, big build, lovely, I want to do. But the other one, which I also really want to do, is Egrius from Solo Leveling, which I have a metal poster of him in my gaming room. I am obsessed. I love the character, but it's also one of those where I'm not sure. And that one, no, not the Voltron. No. I see that. But, if I'm going to make his armor set, I want to do it out of leather. A full leather armor set. I would love to do. I love working with leather in general, and that's kind of my thoughts with that. I don't know if I would make it light up. It'd be cool, I guess. But it's one of those where I'm making this for me. So yeah. And then people are wanting fog and stuff, and all of that's really cool, but it's also like, I don't know. Especially with the leather. So, we'll see. But that's kind of my thoughts on those. From Falling Skies? Oh, that's... Wait. Is that the new mech game that just, like, came out recently where you have a waifu that you can 100% customize in it? I do really like those mech suits. They're really cool, but I don't want to make a mech right now. No. Good try, but no. But I did decide what my next 2 small cosplay builds will be. And y'all did help me decide on this, and I kind of went back and forth. So right now, I don't do a lot of comic cosplays. I have done Thor, Lady Thor, I've done obviously Magic. That one's new. And then I've done Starlight from the Boys. I'd say that's a comic. Yeah. So, but in general, like, I don't have much, and I need to do more just for, like, conventions and things. And I was thinking between Loki and, I can't say her name. Is it Cyclops or Psychic? I know it's not that. From Marvel Rivals. I love her skin, the purple skin, and the way her hair is cut with the black bangs, like, gorgeous. I'd love to do that one. But I'm not doing that one. I'm gonna be doing Lady Loki, and I'm not gonna be doing the image that I shared. So, yeah, if you want to see the exact skin that I'm doing, my website, I've already put up there. That one. I can't say that name. Psylocke? That one. Somebody's gonna have to teach me how to say the name. But yes. But, yeah, that one I'll do later on, I think. I really like her skin. It was one that I'm, like, obsessed with kind of thing. So, but Lady Loki, that's what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be more on the same feel as my Lady Thor version that I did. So we're going to be doing leather with it. It's going to have more... The PSY is what I'm stuck on. I don't... Write it down. The PSY. I don't know how to say that. That's the dyslexia of it doesn't work. Daniel, thank you for the 42 remember sub. I really appreciate it. Hereby I pledge my vitality and soul to our great leader Tiffany. May your empire be forever. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will write it down, and I hope you're doing well. I'm sad that we both went through Las Vegas at like the exact same day, and I wish we would have known, because we might have been at the airport at the same time. So, 21MX remember. Got it. Thank you. Psylocke. I have no idea now. Oh yeah. I'll have to do like there's one site that I sometimes will put things in because I don't know how to say it for my my tutorials. Specifically paint names. I have trouble with certain ones. So yeah. The blue-haired cosplay. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed a bunch of stuff. Wait. Mecha Break? That's the game. That is the game. Yeah, that we were talking about. Mercy-wise, I'm not doing a Mercy cosplay. I'm just making the wings. So these are just wings that we're making. So yeah. Yeah, and the Starlight was the TV show. Sorry, I like skipped a whole part in chat. I know, words are hard. This is why I make art and yeah. But anyway, yes, Lady Loki will be the next one. I've already started ordering fabric swatches because, so one of the downfalls with, obviously we know Joann's is no longer. And I still have a Michaels, I still have a Hobby Lobby, so I can get basic fabric. But for me, with the basic fabrics, those I see more as anime characters. They're really like kind of more simplistic, kind of like they don't have, a lot of times they don't have the specialty fabrics. So I actually am testing or trying out a new fabric company I've never used. I think it's Blue Moon Fabrics is what they're called. Not 100% sure off the top of my head. But I ordered a bunch of swatches from them, as well as I plan on doing like the giant headdress with the horns. There's going to be all these gold details, leather straps like belt buckles and things. It's going to be more realistic and less comic-y. I'd say it's more like how I did my Princess Mononoke, but without the bloodiness. Lady of Loki because of the giant horns. Yes, I want to do them. So the plan is 3D printing those though, but I want to have it where they're like both separate for travel because I plan on flying with them. Hopefully, I will have it done, but no guarantees because I'll be ordering fabrics and stuff. I would ideally like to have it done in time for my next convention, which is Retro South Expo Gaming, something like that. I don't remember their name offhand. Possibly, but they're more of a gaming convention. I don't know if I want to bring Loki to a gaming. I don't know, but either way, that's my next cosplay that I'm going to be starting on, as well as I've had the request for a long time. I've kind of gone back and forth if I wanted to make it. But I am going to be doing a Dark Magician Girl from Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of people have really requested that. It is a fun one. I want to have more travel-friendly armor ones that I can do, because most of my armor cosplays, I cannot get in by myself. I have to have a handler, and I typically don't travel with a handler anymore. Even though people are like, oh, I can help, it's, no, you're not coming in my hotel room and getting me dressed. No. I appreciate it, but no. That's what I mean by when I need help. But this one, I should be able to get in and out on my own. And I also have some fabric coming from the Blue Moon fabric place or whatever. I have a few different options. I don't really want to make it... I want to kind of do it more like my Gundam in terms of fabric choice. So I want to do more of, I guess, action figure-y. So I went with this, like I have like 3 different sample fabrics. So I have your basic like kind of spandex fabric kind of things. But because she has a giant thing and it's a lot more structural pieces, I want to cover foam in fabric, but I don't want it to look like it's foam covered in fabric, if you get what I mean. I don't want to do the Megumin technique where I'm sewing it on. I can, but I don't really want to. And I don't really want to just paint it. I want it to be the same material. So I have this like, I think it's like a PU or a PVU or whatever fabric. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Dark Magician Girl is always gonna, yes! Well, that and, like, I figured for a gaming kind of board game convention, it's, sorry, people petting dogs. I figured, you know, that's a good one. And I also, I had so many cards when I was young. Oh my gosh, I had the metal tins. I think I had like 6 metal tins that were full of cards. And I swear they're probably still at my mom's. I never brought them home, but so many of them. It was one, I loved collecting cards. Just, yeah, so. Yeah, if you had arrived 2 hours earlier, you would have met the great Tiffany. Yeah. Aw, that's okay. Like a figurine, less like, yes! I'm doing it more like a figurine, I guess. So, yeah, I want it to be a little different. I want to change up the styles and do things. Other things I have to consider, though, is for my smaller costumes, I consider these smaller, not personal builds. So personal build will either be the Egrius or the Alphonse metal suit. Those are personal builds for me. And so for those, it'll be more focused on what I want to do, and like, yeah, I'll try to make some tutorials, but it's gonna be more of, this is for me. It's kind of like Seth. Where Loki and Dark Magician Girl, those are going to be more kind of community builds, so I'm going to have them more focused on more tutorials for those, so other people can also make it themselves, and try to do more like, here's the links to these fabrics and this and kind of more help guide people to make them. So it's kind of the goals of those. So yeah. Hope that makes sense. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that I did. I've got all my fabric swatches coming. Oh, the other thing. Sorry, I'm just like dumping things on you. Welcome to the channel. But I've also been updating all of my photography and camera equipment. I've been wanting for a long time to have nicer lighting and everything. And I've been slowly just like, okay, trying out these. Like, I didn't ever want to break the bank. I wanted to be like, okay, this will work. And I've just been getting these, I'm gonna call them shitty lights. They're still like, okay, here's like a $100 light set kind of thing. It still costs money. But in reality, there's like, they're more still like your intro level lights when it comes to things. And I've gotten to the point where I need to just invest. I invested quite a bit into my 3 new lights. But I love them. For me showing the wings off in my most recent video, that one was with all 3 of the new lights. And for me, it's what I wanted them to be. It's a lot nicer, shows it off. And then it was still with my phone though, that video. But I'm going to start doing a lot of my stuff with my camera. And not the camera that I'm currently using. So my credit card does like reward things, and it's probably been maybe like 5 years since I did any of the reward stuff. It's like you get certain rewards like merchandise stuff, and I had quite a bit that I could use. So I found a much nicer lens that fits on my same camera body. And instead of, so like the lens I have, it only goes out like that far. The new lens is going to be like that far, and it has like a stabilizer in them and all this other stuff, and should be like what I want. And then I also have a new octopus holder for conventions because mine broke. But yeah, so that'll be like the new equipment. It's supposed to come in like next Friday for those pieces. So I'm really excited, and I'm hoping it'll be what I want. Yeah. So yeah, that's the other stuff I've been working on in the background. I didn't cut through this part. Eee! Okay. Voila. Community builds, you're gonna make them out of the... Yes, I'm gonna go and select random community members, and then we're gonna put them into the blender and be like, okay, you're gonna be this piece, you're gonna be this piece, and then that's why the costumes have blinking eyes if you look really closely. Yeah. You might try to go to Retro South. It's like 4 hours away, but we'll see. Ooh, do it. It's gonna be a small convention, so I'm hoping we'll get a bunch of people. So yeah, but that one I'll be a judge for the cosplay contest, and then I'm doing a panel. I don't know if there's prejudging for that one though. I don't know. So, but we'll see. I'm really excited though to come back to Texas. But yeah, ideally if I can finish both of these cosplays in time, then I'd love to take like these 2, but we'll see. If not, it'll be, let's say if I don't finish both of them, it's probably going to be Magic and then something else. But it may be Magic and Dark Magician Girl, or it may be Dark Magician Girl and Loki, or maybe, yeah, I have no idea. So, kind of the plans. You'd love to see me do a lighting tutorial one day? Yeah. I have thoughts on lights and cosplays, though. Especially because, so, lights and cosplays can be cool. But to me, most of the time, it's a gimmick. It's like... You crumbled up a bunch of fairy lights and you put it into an orb. Ah, magical! Everybody's like, oh, that's so cool, and this and that. And I'm just like, it's just this. It's this. I don't know. I have different thoughts too. Like, especially my Ariel cosplay. Everybody thought the lights on that was amazing. Everybody thought it was so cool, and it glowed with the fabric and everything. And I look at it now because I made it. I think that it's a strip of Velcroed LED lights that I put on, and then it's just reflecting off of the plastic paint that I put on the fabric, and I see it as I see it as a magician that's tricking the audience, and I don't like that. But it can look cool, and so I don't know. But also I find it hard to justify because a lot of my builds, I'm only going to wear like once or twice. I'm trying to wear them more, but in reality, I'm not going to. And so it's hard for me to justify doing all of these fancy light thingies. So yeah. But if I find the magician knows it's not, okay. But, maybe it would be cool to do maybe a prop that lights up. The big thing with those is a lot of times light up props and costumes are not really travel friendly for me because I have to break them apart. Or they have to have special batteries, and a lot of that I can't do on my own with like it's a lot more complicated. But one day I will. I'll do like some fancy light up prop or something, or we'll do a cosplay. I don't know. That's my thought. I will say there are some cosplays that look really great with it, but a lot of cosplays I've seen are just, it's cool, but it doesn't add anything to it. So I don't know. Amateur photography and lighting is the hardest thing I've tried to learn. Oh, you mean... Wait. Are you meaning like... You're meaning photography lighting? Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Should've... Yes, I misinterpreted that. Yeah, lights are definitely one of the hardest things to do. So I'm still learning with it. I love... With my lights that I'm doing right now, the new expensive lights that I bought, they're Newer, I think is the brand, Neewer. Maybe? Don't quote me on that. We know my spelling is terrible. But yeah, those are the three that I got. Two of them are specific. They can do whites, but they are for colors, and they have all these wide ranges. They can go from very, very low lit to extremely dark lit. And then they're also controlled on your phone and stuff like that. I love them. They're so good. And it's nice because most of the time I've always filmed and had to use film outside, or like not outside, but like filmed with daylight coming in because my place was just too dark all the time. Too dark. And so now it's been really great because most of the time I can do all my filming without feeling rushed, like, oh, I have to, it's sunset at 6, I gotta start filming at 4, so I don't, like, it's no longer a rush. It's like, okay, well, it's 8 p.m., I can film whenever still, so it's great. And then I have another light that is also newer, and they're like next model up, and it's only white, and it was specific for, oh, what did we look at? Did a bunch of research, but it was like, it was one specifically for kind of the environment that I'm in. Most of my videos and stuff tend to be more on the sepia, like cream color side, so I tried to balance that out. And then I have a lantern box on top of it, so it's, instead of one of those rectangular ones, I hate the rectangular light boxes. I hate them with a passion. They're always, I never like the light from them. Just, it's a picky thing for me. But this one is a lantern, so it's a fully white, like paper lantern, but not paper, on top of it, and it makes the whole room kind of glow, and the temperature I can change on it. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's chef's kiss. So yeah. Yeah. Tricky lights are a start. You can end up doing wild things like little jet. Oh yes. Reminded, please. Yeah, remind me. But also the lights that I have, they have a bunch of different settings and things. Not cosplay lights, but other ones. They have it where if you're doing filming and stuff, these have settings for doing lightning effects, and then like an explosion effect, and then a bunch of stream, like I don't like them because it just makes me sick. The strobing effect, that's what it is. I don't like those. I hate. Not scary to me, just makes me dizzy. No, I'm not epileptic either. So yeah, but. But yeah, just remind me later with lights for both cosplay and for photography. Ideally, so all of my photo shoots are typically outside. I've never liked indoor photo shoots. I've never liked the look at them, like the final looks and stuff. And I always edit all of my photos, and my mods, y'all see all of them, from the derp to the good ones. So, but I'd like to be able to do them inside more, so. Sounds cool though. Yeah. But yeah, that's that. But how has everybody else been? I've been yapping for like 40 minutes about me, but I want to know about y'all. How have y'all been? Any new conventions or updates? Anybody working on a new cosplay? I know what's his name? I can't pronounce your name. But you're in our Discord all the time posting about your Gundam, which I love seeing all the progress pictures so far, even though like most of them are like your paper patterns, but they're awesome. So, derby ones are best. I'll do a side note that I put those derpy ones in specifically for y'all to see, my mods. I don't expect those to go to the public typically. Those are like, oh, they're gonna like this, so I actually edit it and I'll put it in for y'all, just as a laugh. So yeah. Almost done, just these last two. Actually, I want a sip of, oh, Dr. Pepper. Yes, him. I can't say that. They show off my personality, so I swear, everybody thinks I'm so serious. It's just like, I can't talk, I can't read to spell to save my life. I'm a freaking derp. I look like a troll every day, and I only put on makeup to go out of the house because I want to feel, I want to be able to dress up once a week for me. But I feel like everybody thinks I'm like this one type, and then I'm just a complete derp in reality, and I don't know. So, meh. Chupido's coming along nicely. Reached the painting stages. Wait! Have I seen the updates on this one? Or did I miss them? I don't remember. I know you were working on it, so. You think I said it correctly? Yeah. Also, I've noticed in YouTube now, there's crowns and numbers next to people's names. Like, I don't know what this is, so. Top fans. Okay. Because I see number 3 has changed a few times. So, interesting. That's a new thing, I guess? I don't know. You're doing a Wings Cub collab you'll share in Discord when... Yes! I've seen a lot of people doing them lately. I'm curious on which one you're gonna do. I am like, when I was thinking of wings, I was considering doing one of the wings from that. But then I was like, no, it's not gonna be the right type of wings because these are fairy, they're gonna be translucent, and it's not gonna be like... But yeah, I was considering. It's the people that are chatting the most. Okay. That's why the derpy photos are the best, because it's the real Tiffany derp cosplay. Yes. Yes. You also got a banner for the Colossal... Oh, is that the one you're guesting at? Put it in Discord later. Yeah. I want to see. The wings are a pale Flora. Is that the red-winged girl? I don't remember. I don't remember. I watched it when I was really, really young. I remember watching it. And then I don't know anything of the new stuff. I have watched the Netflix, well, most of the Netflix show. The live action, whatever. That one's pretty cool. But I did towards the end of whatever their most recent season, it kind of disappeared, so. The iridescent vinyl to make them stronger? Yeah. That's not, okay, cool. Glad I'm remembering some stuff. Also, if you are on TikTok or Instagram, I'm actually live streaming on youtube.com/TiffanyGordonCosplay, and that is where I am reading chat and answering questions, so go over to YouTube. It is free, and that's where all of my cosplay tutorials are if you're interested in making your own stuff. So yeah. Cosplay is allowed to be fun and derpy, and not just epic all the time. Yeah, but I don't know. I have a hard time. It's a lot of it is from how I grew up, and I always feel like if I share things that aren't, I guess like my goal in life is always to be as perfect as possible, because I would always somebody would always say I'm doing something wrong. I'd get in trouble if I'm not perfect, and it got to the point where I just don't like sharing my flaws, because so many people, or well, more like a specific person in my family, I was never good enough, I guess. And I think that's really where it all comes from. So it's kind of hard for me to share, like, I don't mind talking like this if I'm in front of people. I'm gonna be me, unless I'm socially overwhelmed and I'm not on my happy pills, then I might just, like, do the Peter Griffin and go back into the bush, or, yeah, I do that a couple of times, and I gotta kind of get out of my shell a little bit, so, yeah. Upper respiratory infection, and you started getting into songwriting. I use AI for music and vocals, but I write lyrics. That's cool. What type are you doing? Yeah. They didn't even have her in the necklace? Oh, okay. You got invited to guest at a Gundam event. Oh, I think you messaged me about that. I don't know if I ever responded. Sorry. Did you end up accepting it or not? Feel free to not answer too if you don't want to discuss it. It must be hard having flaws. Us in chat wouldn't know. Caspian. Oh no! You have one of them on YouTube? Oh, feel free on, if you want to do a link in Discord. Feel free, you can do it in the song place or whatever. Haven't decided yet? Yeah, I've had, from experience, I've had some people reach out that want, like, are like, oh, you should come and do this at this thing, and it's, I don't know what they've said to you, but sometimes it's like a group meetup, and those are cool, but it depends on what your final goal is. If you want to meet people, that's great. If they're not covering, like if you're actually guesting though, and they're not covering like your flight and stuff, like a Gundam is a lot to fly with. So just do be aware, I don't want them to be taking advantage of you. So just, yeah. Write it down! Angry, thank you for the remember of 32 months. I appreciate it. I'll write it down. I always get this wrong. Remember. Got it! Thank you! I appreciate the support. You stress about the future's prospects of having to fly a full mecha cosplay to a convention that's out of... Yeah. The biggest advice I can say for that is design it beforehand to fly. Don't try to figure out how to do it after. That is like... Oh... Yeah, that can be big problems. When I did my Gundam and I flew for it, which is going to be a lot smaller than yours, I guarantee, that one I had to break up the wings in certain parts and try to hide where the separation is. If you are unable to break things, you can still fly with larger stuff. For my Lilith, the wings, even though they did come apart completely, basically the wings are like this, and then I had other parts coming down on each of them, but the bane, this part didn't come apart, and I had to make a custom box with, basically it was a giant cardboard box, and then I made a PVC frame that would come apart, so that way when you fly with, especially cardboard boxes, larger boxes tend to get destroyed when flying, and they love to stack stuff on it. So you have to build a frame to make sure it doesn't get crushed. The other issue is, if you fly with a cardboard box of any kind, no matter what, they are going to open it and inspect it. And they actually broke my Lilith wings they pulled it out and they didn't put it in correctly. Like, I have everything labeled and they didn't put it in, and they basically, it looked like they smashed it with a hammer to try to get it back in the box. When it fits perfectly. And the decorative spike at the top ended up like coming off, and that was 3D printed. Like, there's no way that could happen. So just be aware of things like that. Okay, so here's their pieces as before I get them all ranty rant. But yeah, these are these. So these will end up sitting. Where do you sit? Oh, it sits like this. So it'll sit like that, on top. And then all of the pieces come down like that. And then we need to cut out a circle here, which, so if I'm going to put my design on it, maybe, so let me get the pattern out, or the blueprint. So here's what we're using, which I'll get the other one. It'll be easier. So this is this piece here, and then here. So that goes there. And technically this circle part has other circle details, but I'm kind of thinking maybe this is the location that I would cut out my wing logo and then put it here instead. Thoughts? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Life-size Voltron. Leaning towards declining because they won't cover travel or hotel. Yeah, if that's the case, I wouldn't do it. Personally, real. So. Tried to paint it with rubber paint first, but as soon as I glue the detail, the paint fell off. I'm thinking of using felt and glue the foam. Are you talking, so when you say rubber paint, are you saying Plasti Dip, or is this something else? James, welcome on. I'm real quick, I messaged you or emailed you back a while ago, just making sure I got, or you got it. If not, spam mail. Otherwise, understand if you don't want to do it. All good. But thank you. As soon as you glue the detail parts, oh no, I gotta, was unable. Sorry, TikTok is saying I have to verify. Missed it. Oh, it's all good. A lot of my emails tend to go to people's spam and junk, so yeah. Yeah, no problem. You glue the details part, so I was thinking of using felt and gluing it to the foam. If you have any recommendations, highly appreciate it. So, I'm trying to think, Megumin. What I would do is, for yours, something else, because you didn't have the same paint as others you've seen EVA. Okay, I don't know what rubber paint is then. If you were to do !Discord, and then just, if you can do like a link to that, because I'm curious what you're talking about. So what I would recommend is, if you were making Megumin's hat, I would make the, so you're doing it out of foam. Wait, let me read it one more time. I'm sorry. You have like a puzzle in my head, so now I'm like, I don't have a sewing machine, made it, it's fully made of textile, so I tried to paint it with rubber paint, but as soon as I glued the details, paint fell off. Thinking of felt gluing it to the foam, and Okay, so you are not using, you're not using foam at all. Okay, cool. So yeah, felt would be a great option to use. It's not going to be as strong as foam, but you can still follow the pattern, and you will want to add that extra seam allowance. And so basically, if you have the pattern, so if this is your pattern piece, nice and pretty, make sure I don't remember the pattern offhand because it's been a few years, but if you don't have that seam allowance, make sure to do that seam allowance and then use that and sew all of your pieces. Don't have a sewing machine. You can hand stitch it with a needle and thread. If you don't have that, you can always glue it using hot glue. I would recommend when gluing your pieces to have it, instead of gluing it where these two, we'll do this. Instead of gluing it where you're gluing like that together, glue it where the pieces overlap like this. So you have that little bit to put on top. I think that should work fine. And I would use hot glue for the felt. Specifically, if you can, use the Shore Bonder hot glue. They're crafting sticks. Those are more catered towards fabric. Let's see, what else? Another material that you can use that I've used for gluing, but you'd want to try it out first. Not that one. Oh, it looks like I ran out of it. Sobo glue is really good for fabric as well. Another option would be, if you have cardboard, you can bend it into the shape of each of those pieces and hot glue it together into that form so it's structural, and then you can glue your felt on top. Hopefully that kind of helps. Gotta go, enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, so hopefully there's some options. Hopefully I didn't make you more confused. I'm sorry. Okay, back up. What do you think of the idea of shipping the cosplay to a UPS or FedEx close to the hotel, then picking it up? Oh, I know you're about to leave. Real quick, we did that we shipped it to one of the friend's companies, my Nightmare Soul Edge Sword. It got there in time. Only issue is it may not arrive. So, yeah. Cardboard ideas fire. Awesome. Glad to help on that. Came up with that too. Thank you so much for recommended. I didn't know if it's fine to glue felt and hot glue. I would test it out first. Depending on the thickness of your felt, because sometimes felt is really, really thin. Sometimes it is a lot thicker. You want to make sure that the glue doesn't penetrate through the fibers and go through and show. So, yeah. But otherwise, Sobo glue is what I like to use when it comes to fabric. And that one is more for crafting. It's a hard kind of glue. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks. And cheers, guys. I like once a stream we always get somebody that's like, they throw in a little just checked but can't find it, so sorry to have missed it. If you get a chance to resend, I'll be vigilant. Yeah, I'll send it right after the stream. So it's it should be coming from the Tiffany Gordon cosplay at hotmail.com. So yeah. But I did it price-wise, just letting you know, I gave you a bunch of different options. If you don't want any of them, totally fine too. So yeah. But yeah, probably in like an hour I'll send it. So, oh, what else did I miss? Sorry. A tip tutorial. I love it. Honestly, I would love to do, like, people come to my booth. So at Anime ID, somebody came to my booth and was like, so I want to make this. And we sat down and I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to make it. This, and she literally got out a notebook and just started taking notes. And I was like, this material, this gauge, we're going to use this and this, glue it on this, you'll do this, and she's like, oh, I love it. It's like a giant, so I like math, and to me it's a giant math puzzle. So yeah, sorry, let me get on our next thing. Okay, time to cut a circle. We're gonna get out this one. Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah. Waja. Okay, but you're not sponsored. No, all good. I love the questions. No, that's so me. I'm not gonna ban somebody for that. No, you did it perfect. You came in, you did like the question stuff, like, yeah, that was great. I've had some times where they'll send me emails of this whole, like, I'll do it live stream. I love doing this live stream because I can talk it out. If you send me a text or like, not a text, but like an email or a Discord message or, not a Discord message, like an Instagram message or this and that, I'm just like, I can't read or do any type of like, I want to say it out loud because words is just a vomit for me. I can't do this. So YouTube, like, live streams, perfect. This is what I want them to be. So yeah. Ugh, squeeze in the closet. Yeah. I have a box of foam down here that I'm testing, and I'm trying to keep it separate from the foam I've been using to make sure I'm like, this is correct, this is correct. Okay, next up. Okay. So, for this one, that is this circle here, the green part. The plan is to cut that out of 10mm foam, and then I think I might be doing the wings there. My wing logo. That's the plan now. But I need to cut this circle out. So I need to heat some of this up, and then we'll do a measurement. So this can go over there. Waja. Alrighty, and then in terms of, we'll do 4, so I kind of only need about, probably like that much. I probably should cut it first. Real quickly. I'm gonna cut it. Okay. Heat treat the foam real quick. Gotta get back to work. Have a great stream, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Caspian, and have a good work today. Hopefully you don't get too many bad customers coming in. Didn't know you had live streams, and actually that Magazine stuff happened today, so you got a little aw. Well, I'm happy you're able to catch the stream then. Yeah, I try. So I'm not always perfect, but I try to stream every Friday. I just didn't stream the last 2 Fridays because I had a convention, and then also I had my birthday and everything. So yeah. But I love it when people come on and ask questions. So you're always welcome here. Anybody else that's watching, for those that are on Instagram or on TikTok. So yeah. happy Daniel, you finally caught a stream. It's been a long time. I assume you're back home in Mexico now, or are you in a different country or something? No, thanks. With my logo, I will definitely be cutting that out with my Glowforge though. I'm not going to try to hand cut my logo out. No. No, no, no. Yay! No, Rila, thank you for the $20 donation. Happy belated birthday. I appreciate it. And happy belated birthday to you. I always forget if it's the 9th or 11th, and the 9th came, and I was just like, I don't see it in Discord because of the birthday bot. I was like, I don't want to say it if it's not today. I was like, okay, it's 11th. Because I knew yours was either the day before or the day after, so. Did you do anything for yours? Got it. Thank you. You're at home this month, so ow. It's so low. You're practically on vacation. Aw. Well, that's kind of good, I guess. Maybe. But I guess it depends on if you're paid per event or if you're salary pay. So. Day after, okay. Have you ever had a build you found very or too difficult? One that I found difficult because, so I used to on Twitch do, because we used to stream on Twitch, and I did 1 day monthly builds. So once a month the community would vote on, they would vote on some prop for me to make, and I would stream all day until it was finished. And those were fun. They took a lot of planning. A lot of times I would have the pattern done and I already have the pieces cut out, so we would be assembling it, just because that takes so long. And and it was that month was it was from World of Warcraft. She has the red outfit, the one hat. I want to say it's like white something, white. Where's Adam when I need him? He would know. Whiteborn? I don't remember. Anyway, it was a hat. I had planned it all out. And I started making, the hat looked like shit at the end. Like, terrible. I didn't even, I was like, I'm just gonna finish this later. I tossed it away. I never finished it. Never did a tutorial. Never finished, like, I didn't upload the pattern because I hated it. And it was something that I just did last minute. That was probably the hardest thing for me. Yeah, it was just like this, it was the basic hat. Or is it Alexandra? I don't know, but the red hat is like a circle and comes to a pointy point like that, and with the gold trim, and I don't know. It was terrible though. Yeah. Okay. 0. We're gonna be cutting a circle now. Other one that was difficult though would have been Lilith. But that one was more of, so I did Lilith in 2 separate months. I did it like 2.5 months, and then I took like 2 or 3 months break from it. And then I worked on it again for another 2.5 months. Reason being was, so I lost my cat Fluff at that time. She was going downhill, and it was really messing with me, and she passed, unfortunately. So yeah, it was very much like I'd lost Ches right before the bunny, and then like a few months later, it was Fluff. And that hit me. I was done. I didn't want to work on anything. And at that point, I had also was working on the wings. And the wings, my first, I have plan A through Z in my head. Of just off top of my head, I'm like, okay, it just automatically, I go through my head of this will work, this will work, this will work, if this doesn't, this. Just this is how my brain functions. And it didn't work the first time. And I was okay with that, but with everything happening, that one, yes, the white mane, maybe. But, it just they didn't work, and at that time, I was just too depressed to do anything, so I stopped that. That was very hard, so. But yeah. Okay, cutting a circle though. Sorry. So we're gonna be using CosTools circle cutter. I've used this a few times. If you don't have a laser cutter, this is your next best option, so you don't have to cut a circle out by hand because it's this pain. And I'm not gonna cut things out with a laser on this except for my logo. But pretty much how this goes though is has this rod, and it does have a ruler. I don't trust the ruler. The ruler, it gives you the radius, not the diameter. So you always have to measure what is the radius of your stuff. So I find the circle center roughly, and then we go to the edge, and we're gonna be about 43.85 millimeters. And then it has this blade on this side, hard to see, but that is actually what's going to cut down. And then, so I'm gonna measure the distance between here and here. And it's never gonna be perfect. This is like, it'll be close, but it'll never be perfect. And it has this, oh wait, wrong one, sorry. It's been a while since I used this. I've been spoiled with my Glowforge, but we're gonna measure it. The other issue I find downfall is, you can see how it moves back and forth ever so slightly. That also changes your dimension of like how long that is. So we're gonna kind of try to get it. Let's see. That's gonna be roughly where it is. And tighten it. Measure it one more time. Close enough. Okay, so I'll put that to the side. We need to cut 4 of them. And what did I miss? Sorry. That part, and they don't get paid if there's no shows, so I gotta be careful with, ooh. Yeah. Paying your car, and that is... Did you upgrade recently, or get one? I don't remember. Okay. Other thing with this one is... You can't have it, like, off. It has to be the same height. So, kind of, if you have scraps, you can put it there, or just cut a bigger piece, and that's what we're doing. So, sure you were talking about Sally Whiteman? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, y'all are saying names. I'm terrible with names. We know this. I have her, like, in my head, who she is. I think that's her. Maybe. Maybe not. You're celebrating it with your family tonight or going to Longhorn? Oh, nice! That's cool. Okay, this should be fine here. So we're gonna do dot, 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 poster is still paying off. Oh. So now that I have my dot, I try to align the little thing on the inside. There. Push down, and then we're going to crank it down. And it's going to slowly carve into it. The only downfall, or like another downfall with this though, is because it's carving down, it's carving slowly and ripping through the foam. So you will always have this kind of, I don't know if you can see it, this ripped up edge. But I'm going to be sanding it so it won't really matter. And it leaves a mess. You bought one, oh sorry, I already read that. Yeah, but that's one. And then cutting more pieces out, it's always easy just to leave it in there, because then you don't have to worry about that. I think I might have got too close on this part though. Let's see. Nope, it's good. Okay, I gotta film it though. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, push down. Though with the Costco's, they've made a ton of different tools for crafting and things, and I typically for this don't use this anymore just because of the Glowforge, and laser cutting is a lot easier, but I still use the hole drills all the time, these guys. And apparently they're not selling them on Amazon anymore, and I've looked around, there's only one place I found them still available, because all of my links don't work anymore because they're not available, and people are like, I can't find this because I use it so much in my tutorials. And it was still available at Jerry's Artorama. So, but I'd say if you don't have it, get it there. I don't know if they're going to, like, if they're just getting rid of them. I'm not sure. But it's like my most recommended tool pretty much is that. It's just when it reaches the bottom of the foam, you have a, yeah. They always recommend that you cut it on like a foam board, just so you don't bend the blade. My blade at it's bent, like it's so bad. But I use it all the time, or well, like I used to use it all the time, so still really useful. But yeah, if you ever want the precise like circle to be this size, you always have to go a little bit larger. Or, because once you sand all that down, you're going to lose parts. Hi, Yuki Butt. Here's the grumpy kitty. She was so grumpy this morning. And she was jealous of Nami all last night because Nami was getting lots of attention. And Nami was in her her brown Whole Foods bag because she loves Whole Foods. The little paper bags. And Nami destroyed it. She ripped it in 2 pieces. And Yuki was very upset. So now she's kind of in this grumpy mood. Even though she has her own bag, she has an Alter State bag, which are like... She loved the last one. This one she doesn't like as much. Yeah. My little spoiled princess. Spoiled princess. Yeah, this one's Yuki. She's 2 years old. She's a ragdoll. And then Nami, if she comes in here, she's the brown one. And she's 1 year old, and she's also a ragdoll. And her name is Yuki, which means snow in Japanese, and Nami means wave in Japanese, so like ocean wave kind of. I know. Now it's the Yuki show. I have no idea what you're talking about. Alrighty, so here are our 4 pieces. Ah. Yuki butt. And I'll wipe this down. Oh, speaking of, oh, there's the other one. The Miss Nom Noms. Yeah. Who's gonna get into a fight with whom? Hmm? Ah. Alrighty. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. I lost my chair now. Cool. Glad you think so. I know. Nami, so they keep going in waves of which one is bigger than the other. Yuki right now is bigger, but Nami's getting another growth spurt soon. I know. Well, Yuki went away, so. But yeah. Alright. Okay, that, and then let's see. I love that people think blue-haired freak is like an insult. Like, I don't care. The Nami throne? Yeah. She's the little jester, because she's always laying on her back constantly. And she's just like the silliest little thing. Okay, I am going to do that and tighten it. So basically what I'm doing is there's a guideline. So technically this image, like the real skin of her wings, it goes at like a 45-degree angle from here to here. And so I would sand that, which is why I don't really care about this part. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and kind of score that line. And it's going to give me a guideline of where I'm going to use my sanding drum and be able to sand it. And then this surface, so instead of doing the red part, I'm going to end up cutting my wing logo out and then I'll glue it on top. But I'll have to do that in CAD. So yeah. No noms. Am I going to have to work on the floor now? She's like, this is my spot. This is my spot. Yeah. With the Yuki in the background. Okay, we'll just do this then, I guess. There you go. So then it does the indentation. So yeah. Yeah. Will you 3D print your logo, or like a sticker? I just cut it out of foam. Be easiest, so. By the way, I'm pretty sure it's just the same account that's making a bunch of different ones. For whatever they're saying. Someone that's mad and having a bad day and they want to make someone feel bad to make themselves feel better. We actually haven't had a troll in a long time. Okay. Yeah, since this whole build for the wings, it's just a wing example. I don't want to 3D print anything since they're just foam wings. And then the 3D printed part will be the harness. Got a little off on that one. That's fine. Here we go. Yeah, a lot of people are excited for the harness. It's honestly, it's the most requested thing I've ever had. And I just never wanted, like, how I've done it in the past is I used carbon fiber tubing, and then that is too much of a complexity thing for, like, the average. Are y'all really gonna, you just sat on her. Okay. Ugh. Nami is the instigator. She's the one that always starts everything, and she's the one that will play victim afterwards. Once they start fighting, she'll just start crying, and it used to be Yuki would get in trouble because we thought she was too roughhouse. And it's like, no, it's Nami. She's just, yeah. But, yeah, the harness, though, that's been the most requested thing. But originally I used to make everything with carbon fiber tubing. And then I would do CPVC pipes. Sorry, had to think about that for a second. Hey. I know, you're grumpy. You've been grumpy since yesterday. But, I learned from the 9-tail harness for Ari that Europeans typically don't have access to CPVC pipe. They only have PVC, most commonly used. And so I was trying to think when doing this, I want it to be more usable for everybody. So that's why I went that route. So, Nami. She just went over there and you went and harassed her. This is daily life. Yeah? Yeah? You walking away like you did nothing, huh? Oh, oh yeah, this is normal life. My streams are normally, we talk about food, anime, gaming, cosplay, and then we get distracted by the cats. But, it's just normal. But, with that, that's pretty much all I have for today, because the rest of it, I'm gonna need to do, like, sanding and things. So, but to show you kind of what it's gonna look like, so we have this part, and then I'll end up where we did this line. which I was just using calibers. Those are a measuring tool we used for jewelry, but they make really cheap ones too. You can find them at any hardware store. And I just did it to kind of measure, and then I left an indentation so I know where to sand. And more cars. This piece will end up attaching here, and then this piece will end up attaching on top of here. And so this will be the top part, and we'll have my little wing logo here. And then we'll have a ridge on the other side. So, checking out anything new? Let's see, I have like 1 or 2 episodes left of the witch show on Netflix. I've finished Cinderella Chef. I have 1 more episode of Apothecary Diaries Season 2. I've got to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to finish it. What else? That's kind of like everything that I'm really watching right now, though. I know Daniel recommended something in Discord, but I'm free for recommendations at this point. But preferably, I would like not a cooking show, because I've been watching nothing but anime cooking shows. And then, let's see, I'm gonna put this all out so I can see it, and then y'all can see it too. So basically, we have our wing, which will be here. That, and I don't know about I can never say the name. Isekake, yeah. They'll be a little off. Well, I love Dexter, but all of the new ones are, you have to pay for the extra platform, and I don't want to pay for another platform. A new season of Apothecary Diaries, so there's that. Yes. I heard about it. So basically, we're going to be making, like, these will all be glued here, like that. And then we will do a box, so our pipe will end up coming into here, and it will be permanently isekai, I think, right? You will teach me the way of speaking correctly on these. You think I would be a noob at watching anime when I've been watching it longer than a lot of people have been alive. I know you understand that too. But yeah, so we'll end up making a box for this to sit in. So it'll be like this with this on top. And that's kind of what the wings we are looking at. And then what we'll need to do next is, once I figure out this shape, we'll end up figuring out we'll have these 2 pieces of foam, and we need to figure out the top part. So like the roof for this to close it off. And that's going to be the finishing part of this. So we're on the home stretch. So hopefully, cross your fingers, I will finish it before next stream. And maybe next stream we'll start working on a new cosplay. So yeah. Yeah, so this is Mercy Wings. So I'm known for a lot of my Mercy characters. But this is the Overwatch 2 Mercy skin, the original one. This will be my 5th pair of Mercy Wings. But I'm doing this one just the wings. I'm not doing the cosplay. This is specifically as an example piece to show off my harness. So, yeah. And this is foam that we're using. So, different sizes. But that's it. These will be huge wings. Yep, nice and clean. I'm happy with them so far. Honestly, they're going to be really lightweight just because they're foam compared to Lilith, but I didn't want to make a heavy set of wings just for an example piece. So I was like, what can I make that's fast and easy but looks large? It'll get the point across that they're for large wings. So that was what this one was. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. So it's not too much steps, just some sanding. Cut out my logo 4 times. And then glue and add the rod. And that, I guess I should show. So that wing harness is this one. This one's gonna be the large set here. So same kind of concept as the small set of wings, which I'm not gonna take off of my stand. But it's, compared to the other one, it's longer down the back, as well as it has more right here structural support. So that way it's going to prevent it from bending more. Same with this piece. It is 3 rods where the other one is 2. So this is going to counterbalance the weight of the wing arms that come out. These are all going to be set for 3/4 inch. Or sorry. No, this is, I think it's 1/2. What? 1/2, I'm sorry. 1/2 inch PVC, and then this one is set for 3/4. So it's a larger circumference, so that way you can have a stronger rod to support all of the weight of your wings. And then it just slides on and off. So if you want, you can permanently glue it, but they're designed so that way you can take it on and off, and potentially you would add your straps here with a buckle in the front. And then with this piece, it is, you would put this underneath your costume, so it'd be like under your shirt, and then you would cut out that piece of from the back, so that way you don't see the harness, you only see this piece, and this would slide on and off. So this would be the only piece that you see coming out of your costume, but you can integrate this piece, depending on the design, into your wing character. So that's how it's designed. And then yeah, so that's it. So yeah, hopefully y'all like this, but that's the large scale. So yeah, lots of work trying to make it all done. This is the same method I've been using since every single wing I've ever made. I've just slowly been designing it better and better for each model. It is a little bit different though than mine, because it is PVC versus a lot of times I use carbon fiber tubing. But for these part of the rods, the part here, I've always used a pipe. So will still be the same, and hopefully y'all will be able to use it for a lot of your costumes. But that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you had fun on the stream. I'll try to be back next Friday, and hopefully we will be working on a new cosplay by then. If anything, we'll be working on probably patterns and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be the next step. Yeah, you saw the TGC logo in the middle. I really wanted to have that after you sent the thing about a while back on my harness that somebody else had on a site, that they made something similar off of mine, or they used mine and cut it. I don't know what they did, but I wanted to have my logo on it. So, but yeah. But thank you to everybody that is new on the stream. If you are new, I'd love to have you as part of our community. So subscribe to the channel and like the video. It is the same as a follow. If you'd like to show some extra support, you can always join and become a member. And then for those that were on Instagram or TikTok, I was live streaming on youtube.com/TiffanyCosplay. So go there. That's where I'm streaming. But big thank you to Daniel for the remember, Angry for the remember, and Real for the $20 donation. I really appreciate y'all's support, and y'all will be in the scrolly thing on the next stream. So yeah, and I'll see you too. What's up, guys? What's up? Let's see, end screen.